Hi everybody, welcome to Bob's O Gauge Trains. I hope everybody had a great holiday and a very Merry Christmas. I hope everybody got everything they wanted and you got to spend some really cool time with friends and family because, the gifts are nice, but that's really what it's all about. Spending some time with some loved ones, catching up with some time that, we all get busy and people we haven't talked to or seen in a while. It's just nice to get back together. But this week's video is going to be basically a year in review. Wow, what a year it's been. For the last 2 years or so, we've had the COVID thing going across the country, and things are kind of sort of getting back. But I actually, on a personal note, in my personal life and with the trains, of course, I've had a pretty good year. I can't really complain. A lot of good has happened. Added a significant amount of items to my collection, which I'm going to talk about. Back in early July, for the first time in, oh my gosh, 17, 18 years, I got to connect with the man that gave me my start, Mr. Ross Rowland. I always say, and I'm not afraid to say it again, everything I've done in the real railroading world is because of his generosity and his willingness to take a chance on somebody like me who at the time knew nothing. And I always thank him every chance I get, and this is no exception. Mr. Rowland, for everything you've done for me and my family, thank you. I also got to meet Mr. Andy Muller. I've been on Reading 2102 10 or 11 times this year. It's been a great year. I mean, I can't imagine, riding on a steam locomotive 10 or 11 times, all within, 6 or 7 months. But it's been a great time. I got to go down to Clifton Forge, Virginia for 3 days. First time I saw the real 614. As most of you know, I was a crew member on 614 for 6 years back in the 1990s. And when she moved out right after 2000, I think it was like 2002, it was moved. And I haven't seen the engine in almost 20 years. And it was good to reunite with the old girl. I'll be honest with you, she looks very good. I wouldn't take too much to get her back on the road, but we'll see what happens. It was nice to get to go down to there to visit that. I've also added a lot of pieces to my collection this year in the form of, model railroading. It's been a good year for me. I've been lucky to get some really cool and interesting pieces, and we're going to go over that today. On the outside track, we're going to run 4 trains today. On the outside track, I have the Reading T1 and the SD9 painted up in the Chessie livery. Now, the Reading T1 I did not get this year, but the SD9 I did, as well as every single piece of Chesapeake and Ohio or Chessie, which is kind of the same railroad. The entire Chessie train was got this year along with the SD9. I got a head-end car from my buddy Jay in Pennsylvania, and I also picked up a GP35 in Norfolk and Western at the Greenberg show in August. Literally 2 or 3 weeks after that, I picked up a Lionel Legacy GP35, also in Norfolk and Western, as well as all the hoppers that will be running on the Norfolk and Western train. It's going to be pulling a coal train. Then on the track 2, the latest steam engine I got not that long ago was an MTH Protosound 3 USRA Mikado. It comes with all the features of Protosound 3. It also has whistle steam. Now, the Altoona loggers that I have some of the train filled with are not new. However, thanks to my buddy Tom down in Florida, I have 6 new Atlas H21 hoppers that are new. So every single train that we're going to run tonight is something that I got this year. So it's kind of like a year in review. And also, the star of the show, besides them, I'm going to switch one of the trains out. And I'm going to bring back the beast herself, Southern number 4501. That was the first train I got this year. I got that in mid-February. Had a little bit of work done to it, just tuning it up and cleaning everything up a little bit. And she runs like a charm. She's an animal. It smokes like a fiend. It is just an amazing, amazing piece to my collection. And her and 614 are going to be the ambassadors for special events on my layout when I do, because it's that great an engine. That came in February, as well as all of the Southern Railroad passenger cars, and I also have two R50B reefers. That came this year too, so I've been lucky, I admit it. I've picked up a lot of pieces this year, both in rolling stock and locomotives. I'm very thankful that I've been able to do so. Last year was a kind of iffy. This year was a good year. So I'm very thankful for that. So sit back and enjoy. We're going to run a year in review, a lot of the pieces that I got this year. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, on this train here, outside of the Chessie Steam Special Reading T1 steam locomotive, the SD9 and the entire consist of the train I picked up this year. Then we go to the Norfolk and Western 611, although the engine I don't believe I got early this year. The GP35 behind it, I did, and the head end car right behind the GP35 diesel helper, I got fairly recently, so this is part of another acquisition this year. Thanks for watching, everybody. It was a blast. A lot of fun. I got to run most of the trains that I got this year. We had the H21s from Atlas I just picked up not long ago. The Pennsylvania Railroad Mikado. I have not one but two GP35s, one Legacy, one Protosound 3. I have an MTH SD9 as well as an entire train of various types of rolling stock. And of course, Southern 4501 with their R50Bs and passengers. So it was a lot of fun to run. I also want to thank a good buddy of mine, Sam from Sam's O-Gauge Trains. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, please do so. He's got one of the greatest channels I've seen in a long time. He's a very good friend of mine. He's got an outstanding channel, and he's got a lot of interesting comments. So pay him a visit. Check out some videos. If you're not a subscriber, hit him up and subscribe. You won't regret it. He's a very good friend of mine. He helps me and does all of my editing for this channel. So without Sam, I wouldn't be able to bring a lot of this stuff to you guys. So it's been a great year working with Sam, and I'm looking forward to 2023 and having a lot of other exciting things. And on a personal note, in early of 2022, on Instagram, I kind of started chatting. I hooked up with a bunch of guys that are all now really good friends of mine. I have John's Trains, TJ's Toy Trains, Jay's O-Scale Trains, 3-Rail Tom, and Big Train Hawaii. There are 6 of us, and we're from all over the country. There are 2 from Jersey, 1 from Pennsylvania, 1 from South Carolina, 1 from Florida, and 1 from Hawaii. And a little bit, almost a month ago, believe it or not, I mean, these are great guys. They passed around a car back in October, and everybody signed it for my birthday and had it show up actually as a gift from the group. It's a great group of guys, and we all go by the name of the 3-Rail Lounge. Trust me, you're going to hear a lot of stuff and see a lot of stuff from the 3-Rail Lounge. So keep that name in mind, and don't forget, because you're going to be seeing a lot from them guys this year. I guarantee it. They're a great group of guys that have various types of trains, and that's what it's all about. It's not about who's got the cool stuff and who don't. We all have good stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. That's what this hobby is supposed to be for. It doesn't matter if you run Atlas or MTH or Lionel. It doesn't matter if you use Fast Track, Tubular, Gargraves, or Atlas. Who cares? It's your railroad. Make it fun. That's what the hobby's supposed to be about, and that's what our group is all about. So remember that name, 3-Rail Lounge. I guarantee you're going to see a lot of it this year. Stay tuned. So on a personal note, I want to thank everybody for watching. Leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. If you have any suggestions or videos you'd like to see, hit me up with any suggestions. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. It is free and it don't hurt. Just give the button a little push. I appreciate everything that everybody's done. The New Year's is right around the corner. So I want everybody to have a very healthy, happy, prosperous New Year. Everybody be safe and take care. I hope you all have a very happy New Year. Thanks for everything.